Hey guys, welcome to my review of The Last Voyage of Demeter. And I'm going to keep this spoiler free, okay? But I do want to go over a few things, but it's not going to ruin your viewing experience. And listen, I'm going to be fast here because I'm in the middle of a film festival that I'm trying to get to. Popcorn Frights Film Festival. Super freaking cool, dude. I already got to see the world premieres of Deliver Us, Big Easy Queens, and yeah, I can't wait for today. But yeah, back to Last Voyage of Demeter. Man, I went in this movie thinking it was going to suck. Seriously. And I have to say it was because of the advertising and the trailers. Not saying I didn't think the trailers were cool. They were, but then they start playing freaking Smashing Pumpkins. And I have to tell you, I have this pet peeve with period pieces where like, if I start hearing like modern music, modern rock music during a period piece, it's a total turn off. I don't want to see it. I'm like, nope. But I'm like, I got to see this. It's freaking Dracula. And it's based on that one chapter in freaking Bram Stoker's Dracula book where like when Dracula's on the boat and they're freaking going all crazy and he's eating the crew. I'm like, how's that not a movie? Let's watch it. And dude, I'm happy to say, this was good. Starting with the cast immediately, our main protagonist, what? You spend 2 weeks not doing a video and this is what happens. Protagonist, super likable. Corey Hawkins. He played Dr. Dre and Straight Outta Compton and also some other stuff. Bro, you like this guy right from the beginning. You're like, I root for this guy. And that's good. In a horror movie, you want to care about people. You also have Liam Cunningham, who's been in a bunch of stuff. He's doing this whole Game of Thrones things here and it works. You know, if it's not broken, yeah. Another person that I really, dude, I'm becoming more and more of a fan of this guy all the time is David. Yeah, that. I love this guy. Ever since I saw him in like freaking The Dark Knight, he's great. He was just in Oppenheimer. He was in Prisoners. I loved him in The Suicide Squad. As Polka Dot Man, he was, dude. But yeah, this guy really needs to be in more things, man. He's just good. And I love his character here because he's the guy that's kind of like a dick, but he's not like too much of a dick. He doesn't like cross that dick line where you're like, I hate the guy. No, like, yeah, you kind of still like him. He's just not, the nicest guy. You also have the little kid. Normally little kids as like child actors, you're like, oh, this guy's annoying. No, he's pretty good here, man. And yeah, they do something here with him that I'm not going to get into that I'm like, I like that the movie did that. There's also the girl that's in this and she's good too. I can't tell you what she was in, but yeah, she was good. Then you have obviously the other crew that you really don't give a shit about, but they got to be there because somebody's got to die kind of thing. I'm not saying, people, this is a horror movie. There's going to be some fatality. Yes. Spoiler alert. And yeah, this movie really does put in an effort for you to actually care about the people. This is a slow burn, but it's an interesting slow burn. It's not like an action-packed, like freaking rock music, freaking world is a vampire crap that like you see sometimes with Underworld. And dude, let's talk about freaking Dracula in this. Wow. They went full-blown Nosferatu with this thing, dude. Nosferatu with no clothes on. And that's awesome. And I like that, like, they're trying to make Dracula scary again. Like, this thing is creepy. I'm not saying I was sitting there like I couldn't sleep that night. No, dude, I slept just fine. But there were some moments where I'm like, this is creepy as shit. Like, the dark stuff, like the A24 stuff where you're just staring in like a freaking corner and suddenly you start feeling out a silhouette. That kind of creepy stuff. Yeah. And it helps that Dracula here doesn't look like he's like some sexy ass vampire that should be like doing a runway walk because you can only be so scary when you're like really good looking. No, bro, this guy's not going to get hired to stand in front of Abercrombie or any shit like that. And yeah, they tried to make Dracula scary again. And I like that. And even though Dracula does kind of try to talk, it's primal as shit. And it does enjoy its killings, I'm just going to say. But yeah, I like that. The mood in this movie is great. The look of the movie is great. And there's something I wanted to say about this movie, but I talked to my friend Allison the other day, and she actually told me a lot of people were saying this, so I guess I'm not the first one now, is that it does feel like this is Alien on a boat. I'm not saying it's as good as that movie. Alien is freaking Alien, but it's Alien on a boat. The one thing that I will say that I have to say is kind of negative about this movie, there's two things actually that are flaws. One is that it does start to feel a bit repetitive. It's like, and there's no spoiler here, like somebody dies and then there's the next morning, somebody dies and there's the kind of thing. And it just starts to feel like it's, Groundhog Day a little bit. The other thing, no spoilers. Vampires, as you know, are kind of fast, and he definitely does the Batman thing where it's like one minute you see him, the next you don't kind of thing. And and there's definitely a creep factor to it. But what is annoying is sometimes when the story needs the vampire to not be fast, they're not. And that's a bit annoying where I'm like, bro, you have the reflexes right now of like a 90-year-old man when you were just freaking a sprinter a second ago. So that can be a little bit annoying. Also, I will say, without any detail, the end of this, I don't know what happens, but I'm talking about just the vibe, the last few seconds. it starts to feel suddenly like one of these like early 2000 movies, like an Underworld or something, where it's like you kind of get a little rock vibe and we're going to go for like a rockin' sequel next, I think they're trying to set up. And I'm like, where did this come from? This is not, why didn't we just keep with the other vibe? So yeah, it was a little bit of a weird kind of wrap up turn that I'm like, I don't understand what happened there, but dude, at least it was just a few seconds of a movie and not the whole freaking thing. Thank God. And yeah, dude, I thought the last voyage of the Demeter was going to be a total shit show. And it actually ended up being pretty fun, man. Yeah. Guys, what did you think about the last voyage of Demeter? Let me know in the comments. Also, please like, subscribe, and whatever to all the stuff that I have. Thanks for watching.